this upcoming year, I'm going to push myself to get outside of my comfort zone a lot more with this YouTube channel and with life in general. I'm going to really push myself to get further outside of my comfort zone. And creating this topic is one of them. The reason why I choose to be single, and I use the word choose, to be single because the way I see life and with things that I know, the knowledge that I have gained, the more I have matured over the years, and growing older. The reason why I choose to be single is because, one, I am not in the position to be in a relationship. That's personally for me. I am not personally in the position to give somebody my time. I am not in the position to find a balance between chasing my dream, building things that I am working on, and finding the time and the opportunity to be there for someone else, meaning, like a significant other. For example, I could be building my dream, working on certain things I'm going through, and they text me or they call me, and I'd rather personally be working on this thing that I'm trying to build rather than give my time elsewhere, which is why I choose to be single, because currently with my current position, it would be selfish, right? I'm not in the position to give somebody else my time. I am not in the position financially where I can, go on dates or surprise my significant other with like a bouquet of flowers or anything. I'm just personally not in the position. And I'm not saying that, like when you're with a significant other that you have to get them extravagant things. It's just personally for me, like the image I have for a significant other, it's outside of the ordinary, I guess you could say, or it's more than just the average person would do. And I don't mean anything wrong with that. It's just personally for me, like the image I have for a significant other is just I won't stop until I put myself in a position where then I can be open to like being in a relationship. That's just personally for me. Personally, I am building my dream. I am focused, and I'd rather not get distracted. I am financially just not in the position. I am just not in the position to do so. There are several other things as well, which is why I'd rather not be in a relationship at the moment. So, which is why I say I choose to be single. Now, if you were to ask me this when I was in high school, completely different story. The reason why I was single in high school, or when I was in school in general, is just because I let my disability define me a lot. I allowed my disability to prevent me from doing many things, and I always had my disability hold me back. There were times when, not many, where I would express how I felt with like a friend, and then it did not work in my favor, right? But as I grew older and I started to mature and I started to become focused and I started to really grow myself mentally, and I'm building this dream. I'm chasing. I'm building this dream, and I'm working towards the things that I'm working on. I began to realize like I'm not in a position to be in a relationship. And two, the thing about being in a relationship, this is personally for me, of course, every woman's going to be different, right? But if I ended up finding someone and they wanted to get intimate and stuff, I know this is going like super deep into the topic, but if they wanted to get intimate and stuff, then it increases the chances, this is just how I think, then it increases the chances of like having a child, and then that becomes like a whole other thing. I'm not saying having a child is wrong or not the best thing to do. Again, I am just talking about personally for me. Again, I'm not in the position to be in a relationship. I'm not in the position to be in a relationship, to say the least. And I wanted to make this video because back to what I was saying to, like in high school or when I was in school, I let my disability prevent me from doing a lot of things. And to touch on that now, do I let my disability prevent me now? Personally, no. The answer is no. And the reason why I say no is because when I really started to look at certain relationships, I began to see everybody is imperfect in their own way. For me, I say I am imperfect because I have this disability. For someone else, they could be imperfect for something, right? And all of us are imperfect. Nobody is perfect. And I wanted to mention that as well, because if there is somebody who happens to have a disability and they come across this video, you know, I want you to know, like, nobody is perfect. Far from it. However, just because nobody's perfect does not mean that you should not aim to become the best possible version of you. This is for everybody here, is grow, becoming the best version of you, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. And once you become focused with like certain goals, and I won't say in particular of mine, but you know, once you get certain things in place, for example, like I know there are certain steps that I need to do, and once these steps are taken, and once I am able to put myself in a certain position, again, I won't say what it is here, but once I put myself in a certain position, I don't want to sound arrogant, so I am going to try to say this as humble as possible. But once you put yourself in a certain position, it is very hard. The script's going to become flipped, meaning like I won't always have to be the one to chase. I'm just naturally going to. Let me rephrase that. Naturally, once you put yourself in a certain position, more so in where I am headed and what I am trying to accomplish, I know that I am going to be. I know that I am going to go from being the chaser to being chased. Meaning, I won't always have to pursue certain women. Women are just naturally going to be drawn to me when I, again, put myself in a certain position. It's just the way life works. But just because that may be the case is, you know, I have a certain image or vision, I guess you could say, where I will not just date anybody. There's like certain things that I personally am looking for, and then once again I am in that position, and then I start to explore, right? There's certain things, I don't want to call it a checklist, but there's like just unnegotiables, where if she has like these certain qualities, golden. You know, like that's like wifey material, you know? And yeah, so the purpose of this video is, one, I wanted to get outside of my comfort zone, make this video. It has been an idea of a topic that I think would be interesting to kind of document on my channel. And yeah, that was like super awkward. I'm sorry. I hope this video was able to bring some form of value to you for you. This is more like personal, but I believe there are certain parts within this video that, you know, could be valuable to you. Maybe like having higher standards for yourself, or trying to become better for yourself. Because once you achieve better for yourself, life starts to attract better for you. You know, and I'm not just talking about women in this case, or people in general in this case, but I'm talking about just life in general. Once you begin to elevate once you begin to take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, you are going to start attracting things that are much more healthier emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and financially. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. And please check out my website, becomethevictor.com, to elevate your mindset. Much love. Video won't stop.